Hello everybody, it's Gone Turbo. In this video, I'd like to show you guys my load order for a perfect looking game for Skyrim Special Edition. This is for Xbox One. A while back I had created a perfect load order YouTube video, and to date that video has over 10,000 views, and I really appreciate the views. I appreciate all of you that have subscribed and for all the positive comments on my recommendations for a load order and particular mods for a great looking Skyrim game. So in that video I had promised that having done all the background work ahead of time, I wasn't going to change the load order that much, and I've pretty much kept to that word. I have not changed the load order really hardly at all, just more added certain things that I have found that have come along that look really great. So I'm going to quickly take you through this load order, and on the way, what I'm going to do is name specific mods that if you just use those mods, they will give you a good looking game. So some mods obviously are not going to do anything visually. It might be a gameplay mod, it might be a weapons mod, it might be an armor mod. But certain mods will change the looks to your game, and I'll just point those out as we go along. So we have the unofficial Skyrim patch. We have Campfire, which is more of an immersive mod. As we get into, this is category 1, those two mods. As we get into category 2 of the Dropbox load order, we have our graphic overhaul mods. I use SGO, SGO2, the full static mesh improvement mod, and the full Skyland 2K landscape texture mod. These are all in the graphic overhaul and texture category, if you will. And you might, not want to use these particular mods. I recommend these mods for a great looking game, but there are other graphics mods out there, such as the graphics packs and MRENs and things like that. All kinds of variations with all kinds of patches and add-ons. It's a little bit confusing. There are other kinds of landscape overhauls, such as Osmodeus. I do prefer Skyline and recommend that one. I am testing this Deveined Textures pack. It's supposed to make the trees, especially the pines, look different, a little more realistic apparently. So far, it's okay, but I'm going to check it out a little bit more. We're still in category 2 of the Dropbox load order. Sky birds, birds of Skyrim, and birds and flocks. Again, not visual mods, but just add birds to the world of Skyrim. And I do feel that when a game has life to it, such as animals, which this game does, but to put in birds and bird sounds, it just adds a little bit more life to the game. Frostfall, another immersive mod. Wet and Cold is more immersive. I Need an immersive mod. I have a perk mod. I have 2 sound mods, immersive sounds and reverb and ambience overhaul. I highly recommend these 2. Cloaks of Skyrim adds cloaks and capes to the world. We now get into the next category. This is actually category 4. I don't have any category 3 mods. Category 4 mods that I have are True Storms, Vivid Weathers, the patch that allows those two to work together, Deveined Interiors, which is an interior mod that adds just some different effects to the interiors of Skyrim, and Lanterns of Skyrim, which obviously puts lanterns throughout the world and adds some nice lighting to the different towns. So in this category, Vivid Weathers is the mod that I recommend for weather and lighting. I have reviewed all the other mods that affect weather and lighting, and have actually gone back and forth with testing them out. I've played with them for a while. I played with Vivid Weathers. I've made some videos on them, my thoughts, and sometimes I just go back and try them again, and I still keep going back to Vivid Weathers. I think it's the best lighting mod and the best weather mod out there. And to have True Storms compatible with it now with this patch, it's a win-win. Category 6 mods are some housing, player home mods. I use Lord of the Rings locations in that mod, or in this category. Hobbit Hole and Castle Gunduin, which I haven't activated yet actually, but plan to do a nice walkthrough video on that. We then get into category 7 mods, which are a lot of your vegetation overhaul kinds of mods, and these mods will increase or improve or change the visual quality of your game. So Project Hippie adds certain trees to different parts of some cities and towns in Skyrim. Lush Overhaul and Dense Grass are two that I highly recommend. Lush Overhaul makes trees and plants more lush, adding more textures to them. Dense Grass kind of just increases the density of the vanilla grass throughout Skyrim. I've tried and tested some other grass mods. I do really love Verdant, but with this load order, it caused my game to crash very, very regularly. Until maybe Xbox X comes out, then I'm going to stick with Dense Grass. Landscape fixes for grass mods just removes grass from where it shouldn't be. Skyrim is windy, moves things around more regularly. Plants and trees. Green Rift is just a mod that I play with every once in a while. It just causes the orange aspen trees to turn green. Detailed terrain and trees LOD makes the distance textures, the far distance textures, trees and some of the ground textures to be a little bit more detailed. I switched this out from trees LOD, so this one I recommend a little bit more than trees LOD. So those mods will increase the look of your game, improve the look of your game, I would say. So we get into some other categories here that not so much do any visual improvements, but just some things that I have that are immersive or just add some different variations to the game. Realistic death physics, improved dual wield animation, athletic combat, better combat AI, 50% more perk points, visible favored gear, which doesn't seem to be popping up. Usually when you have a little gray box like this, it means it's been taken down. But anything that you have favored will appear on your character for the most part. Immersive citizens. Now we're getting into category 9 of the load order. Populated towns and forts, populated dungeons. I did have populated roads, but I removed that, I think because I was having some issues with, I guess performance, and I need a little bit more space for some of these other mods that I have up here, particularly diverse dragons. I now am starting the main quest after 6 months of owning this game, and wanted to make sure I had diverse dragons in there, and splendor dragons, which add many different texture combos to dragons, which I'm excited to check out. We get into Rich Merchants of Skyrim, Expensive Inns and Carriages, Expensive Skyrim. Just plays around with the money values in Skyrim, the amount people have and whatnot. Realistic Conversations, Amazing Follower Tweaks. Category 10, which Category 10 does... You will have some different texture mods in here, which will change the look of your game. So Far Better Sun makes the sun more shiny. It kind of adds these the sun flare kind of look, and even some pretty significant lens flare. But it looks really cool. Better Dressed NPCs version 2. And it looks like this mod was taken down as well. This is the mod that makes, for lack of a better word, children in Skyrim look better. Changes NPC clothes, elaborate textiles. I like this mod. I've kept with it. It adds some more elaborate looking textures to NPC clothing. Superior rocks. I've used the 2K version. I was using dark gray. I tried light gray and I'm now back to using dark gray. I like the dark a little bit better. More blood and gore, blood textures darker. Realistic horse breeds. I did a review on this one. Since I do use a horse most of the time, this adds a more realistic look to horses. 2K textures, looks really nice. Alright, We are still in category 10, and in category 10 you have display enhancements. Now, this has changed since my perfect load order video. The mod author did some updates, so I have 2 other videos on this mod, actually maybe 3, I don't know. And if anything, this is a have-to for your game. Even if you don't use any other kinds of graphic mods, I would install this, and what I use is preset 5. I increase the brightness 1, I increase the saturation about 3 or 4 times, I increase the blue tint twice, and it just adds a nice saturated look to your game. And with vivid weathers paired with this, everything just looks really nice. So check out some other videos and you'll see. This is one mod that I did change. I was using superior lore friendly hair, and have been trying out this AOF believable hair. And the difference that I'm finding, even though this is a little bit smaller in size, is this changes the vanilla NPC hair. So all of your characters will have better hair with this mod, or even the superior lore friendly hair mod. But what I found the difference is that superior lore friendly hair added more of a kind of a plastic, waxy doll look to the hair. It was better than vanilla, but this hair is a little bit less waxy looking. And one of the techniques that I've noticed is that individual strands of hair can be seen a little bit more clearly, and there's even kind of some offset strands of hair, which just gives it a little bit more realism. So I've been playing with this one over the superior lore friendly hair. Sounds of Skyrim. I did have Sounds of Skyrim. This is the Wilds, which I have kept. I did use Civilization, but I deleted that one because I just wasn't, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't hearing or recognizing the difference, except when I was in a tavern or something. But some of the sounds just weren't, I just wasn't hearing them, so I just got rid of it to save on some memory. Thundering Shouts, little audio menu change with that one. That's category 11. In category 12, we have Immersive Fire and Frost Breath, Dragon Remains, Font Overhaul, cheat menu, cheat mod. That's category 12. Now to category 14, which doesn't offer any overhaul changes to looks to the world, but more specific things. So in terms of body mods, I know there's definitely more female mods out there than male, to each their own, but I do use this RUNP texture body replacer. Now, one change that I have made is that I was using adorable females, and I had it up in the proper category, which was category, I think 10. I think it was 10, where it shows that to be the place in the Dropbox document. But this mod was overriding that mod, so I got rid of adorable females, at least for now, because I really like this mod. And another mod that I had switched out was, let's see, what's it called? There's another eye mod, Natural Eyes, that's the one. I was using Natural Eyes, and I've switched it out to this Miss Genevieve and Nazim improved eye mod. It's much bigger in size, but I wanted to give it a shot, and I really like the way it looks. It adds a lot of variety and of different eyes to the world, to characters. So I'm giving it a shot. Girly animation. We have some clothing and armor kinds of mods here in this category for hoods, bandolier bags and pouches, face masks, craftable leather hoods. These are just some things that I like. An armor refitted mod for that UNP body change mod. Category 15 is some weapons mods. Now, in my any game that I play, whether it's like a first-person shooter or a game like Skyrim, I like a variety of weapons. And So you can see I have, what, 5, 2, 3, 5, I have 5 weapon mods here that add weapons to the game. I'm not sure if any of these override each other, but I have Lord of the Rings weapons mod, the Skyrim SC Expanded Skyrim weapons mod, Weapons of the Third Era, heavy armor, new weapons, additional lore weapons. I just like to come across something new and be like, whoa, I haven't seen that before, that's really awesome. No matter what kind of game I'm playing where there's items that are weapons, whether it's guns or swords or anything like that. That is category 15. Dynamic dungeon loot adds some surprises to the end of dungeon crawls and things like that. Category 16, wearable lanterns, armor to the cities, open face guard helmets. Category 18, belt fastened quivers, and then lean wolves, better shade weapons. I like this mod. The vanilla game swords are pretty wide and fat, and this just skinnies them up a little bit. Category 19, alternate start, and we have quite a few immersive mods that I've enjoyed using. I've done some more survival kinds of gameplay. Nothing too serious, but so creatures, realistic food, realistic wildlife behavior, oblivious horses, Terija sliced bread, Nordic cooking, and I like food. I do recommend all of these mods if you are doing any sort of survival, realistic type of gameplay. Realistic Waters 2 is a must-have for the way your game looks. This is a must-have mod. I used to have it way up higher in my load order, and now it's down towards the bottom because you will have lines and seams in your water if you have it higher up in the load order. This is a pat to use for I need or with I need. Make junk useful. You can melt different things like tankards and bowls and different things to create ingots. Fix, restore vanilla settings. I don't have a lot of mods that increase FPS because I find a lot of them will take away some little details of the game, and I try to keep those things. So insignificant object remover is the one that I do have. This is just a mod, believable crime report radius to, if you were to kill somebody, the report radius is a little bit bigger apparently, but I don't know. One time I did kill somebody and got charged when I entered town, so I don't know. I did some videos on the Great Realism Overhaul mods. These are excellent, and I would recommend these if you are looking to do immersive, realistic, difficult type of gameplay. But just start a new character if you're going to use those. So I have them in my load order. They're not active, but I do have a character that I sometimes play, and I just activate these and jump right back into that other character. And a couple of these are just kind of some miscellaneous things. No more lazy Jarls, which makes Jarls sit properly and not this kind of, I don't know, lazy posture you'd see in the vanilla game. Dead NPC Cleaner. Any dead NPCs will be removed, or you can burn them up on the spot. It's kind of neat. I don't know. Some bow and arrow mods, and then lighter firewood and logging Skyrim. So that's my load order. Again, hopefully you'll see that a lot of it is the same that I've had this whole time. And I appreciate you guys watching this video, and keep checking in. I hope you subscribe, hope you like, and take care, everybody.